You know, there are plenty of people who believe you should lock up a criminal and then throw away the key. But then there's this story, a convict who years later thanked the cop who sent him to prison. Kevin Reese explains in this WFAA original.
The streets of Grand Prairie were once the playground of a young man named Keenan Williams, a high school dropout whose mugshots could fill their own book. A drug dealer, a crack addict, an armed robber, arrested and jailed 45 times.
I share my story and I talk about the things that I've gone through.
So why, on a late October morning,
but I went to prison for aggravated robbery.
was he here?
I've arrived.
Telling his story.
I started kicking in drug houses and robbing people. That's why I got shot 5 times.
To a group of Grand Prairie police officers.
Because this is not supposed to happen. This doesn't make sense.
Well, let's back up to the state prison mugshot of a skinny little kid on his way to prison for 6 long years.
I just started robbing drug houses because I knew all the drug dealers because that's who I was. That's how I ended up getting shot so many times, you know, being an idiot.
But this isn't just a story about a self-professed reformed idiot. It's also about who the ex-con is sitting next to.
I care about people. It's just who I am.
This is retired Detective Alan Patton, and on one day back in 1993, with Keenan's world of drugs and guns and run-ins with the law closing in around him,
Keenan reached out to me and asked for 24 hours to basically say goodbye to his family.
He offered Keenan his first moment of respect.
I basically instructed the police officers in Grand Prairie to leave Keenan alone for 24 hours, and they did.
And so Keenan, the drug dealer, the toughest thug in Grand Prairie, willingly turned himself in.
You didn't judge me. You did your job. You were not a bad police officer trying to arrest me because I was a black man. The way you conveyed it, for that moment, I accepted the responsibility of that crime. Man, that sealed the deal for me. I knew right then that I knew my life was about to change. I'm about to go to prison for a long time. But at least going to prison, I'm not going to be doing crack cocaine anymore. I don't have to worry about hurting people anymore. I don't have to worry about people shooting me anymore.
I've always believed that you give respect, you get respect in return.
When you did, I respected you.
Fast forward then, those 6 years in prison, and the convict who would read more than 200 books, get his high school diploma, pursue a college degree, and practice the handshake he planned to give to the detective who put him away.
But the first thing I said, but I'm here to thank you, because what you did changed my life.
Because that Keenan Williams is now this Keenan Williams. A successful businessman, a finance specialist, a happy husband and father, a motivational speaker at prisons, at schools, at police departments, whose journey from the streets to prison has also taken him to handshakes with some of the most important people in the country, and then publicly thanked the most important cop who put him away.
I knew in that moment I'd made a difference in a way that I couldn't even imagine. My career was a success because I had something to do with this man making a change in the way he lived life.
That's the effect you have as a police officer. Because what he did in my life, you can do in someone else's life.
So an ex-con tells his story of redemption to whoever will listen, even to the cops who helped put him away.
That regardless of what a man is going through, you can never determine where he ends up.
Because it might end up with a handshake, a thank you for a life saved, but then on second thought, make that 2 lives.
Incredibly proud, as I would be of my own child.
In Grand Prairie, Kevin Reese, Channel 8 News.
Amen.